Being as a system admin, whenever I try to create CSR requests, so I know that I have number of options available for SSL deployment. So some of them are available on the platform of Microsoft, where I can utilize Windows 10, Windows 11, and even I can consider server operating systems for the deployment of CSR. And in the same manner, if I try to utilize the open source platform, so there are number of tools available on the platform of Ubuntu, CentOS, Debian, which I can utilize for this purpose. And if I look into the online platform, so there are number of online tools available on behalf of which you can easily create CSR request. And if you are really interested about those platforms, so the learning videos available in the description of this video. Right now, if I talk about the CSR deployment, so there is a tool which is more convenient, which is more flexible, and which is more customizable, available on the platform of open source, and that tool is known as open SSL. Generally, when we talk about the OpenSSL, so we consider that it's only available with Linux operating system. But if you want to install this OpenSSL application or on your Windows platform, it might be Windows 10, 11, or any server platform. So you can download it and install it. And on behalf of this tool, you can easily create your CSR request. Now, if I talk about the CSR, so we have two major commands. The first one is OpenSSL generate RSA, on behalf of which we can create the private key, because OpenSSL does not recommend to create CSR request without private key, because on behalf of this private key, you can secure your SSL certificates from hackers, spywares, malwares, and intruders. So, if I want to create the private key, so for that purpose, generate RSA, and this tool will generate the private key. When the private key is generated, now you can use the second command on OpenSSL, and that second command is known as OpenSSL request, which will create a CSR file for your SSL deployments, and you will mention your private key which you just created in the first step. When you enter the command, so definitely this tool will ask some desirable information, which generally about the country name, the city name, and your domain name as well. And when you provide all this information, so the CSR will be generated. So here on the screen, you can see that I have already created the private key and CSR request. Now, if I want to create a SSL certificate, so for that purpose, I need to connect with SSL.com, or if I want to consider more options, so there are Cloudflare and GoDaddy also available, which provide these kinds of services. So I just submit this request to those service providers. They are the cloud service providers, and specifically regarding the security. So they will provide me the CRT file with their root certificate and intermediary certificate as well. And if I open this folder, here you can see now the certificate. When I submit the certificate to the Cloudflare or ssl.com or GoDaddy, so they will provide me a file which is known as CRT, and this CRT file is generally easily integrated with MMC console, which generally utilize inside the Microsoft Windows 11 and Windows 10. But if I talk about the implementation of IIS, or if I talk about the implementation of Apache or even Nginx, so this format won't work. Now, we need to understand that whenever we try to install SSL certificates inside Microsoft Internet Information Services, so the file format must be .pfx. And if we are going to implement SSL certificates on any Linux based machine, we generally use Nginx or Apache. So in this case, the file format will be .pem, which generally known as PEM file. So in this session, we are going to create a PEM file, and then when the PEM file is available, we can easily deploy that file on Nginx and Apache as well. So I have already created, but here for the purpose of demo, I'm going to recreate this PEM file as well. So whenever we are going to create the PEM file, so we only need two files. The first one is CRT file, which provided by any service provider, might be Cloudflare, SSL.com, or GoDaddy, or any other vendor. While the second file which you require to create the PEM file is your private key, which you just created during the process of CSR deployment. So I have these two options available here. I have the CRT file, and here you can see I have the private key option available as well. So how we can create the PEM file? So the process is really simple. Here we have the two files available. So we just need to open the CRT file with Node++, and after that, I'm going to select the next, and that file is known as private key. So I just right click on that file and open it with Notepad++ as well. So now both files are opened, and here I just need to right click on it, Control A and Control C from here, and I go to the first file where I open my CRT file, click at the end of the CRT file, hit enter, and then pasted the private key text over here. When I combine the content of these two files, now I click on the file button, and here I have save as options available. Now I just type the name, new certificate for engine x dot pem, and by that way you can easily create the PEM file. Here I have the path mentioned over here, so I just click the save button, and now this PEM file is created, and I can utilize that file for the deployment of Nginx well. Here is the PEM file available. So by that way you can easily create the PEM file for your Linux platform. Thank you very much.